We're in Vancouver, Canada at the #1 electric vehicle and home energy show. Welcome to Everything Electric. Well, here we are on the first floor of Everything Electric Canada. We're gonna go and explore what these different vendors have to offer. Now, this show used to be called Fully Charged Live, but they've shifted now to be more inclusive of all things electric. So not just battery electric vehicles, but everything from solar to any type of renewable energy, electric lawnmowers and electric powertrains, all sorts of things. We got some speakers coming up on the stage here behind me. We got all kinds of exciting things, so let's get into it.
And you know what? I did not experience range anxiety, and we did it in 11 days. So the charging baloney, oh, you can't, it's all crap. All 100% crap. That's gone. The only reason it's still out there is because of the media. Yep.
Yeah, no, you're very, very true.
Well, here we are on the first floor of Everything Electric Canada. We're going to go and do a little bit of a walkthrough and see what they've got here. There is 2 levels to this event. We're going to walk by some of the booths here and see what's going on. So let's spin the camera around and check it out. So here we are at the back of the main hall. We've got everything from electric bikes to solar power here. We've got charging installations and a whole bunch of electric vehicles here. Let's head over and talk to these guys. This is Taiga. We know Taiga. We tested out their all-electric personal watercrafts up in Lake Joseph, Muskoka. Taiga is such a cool company. They are a Canadian company based out of Quebec that make beautiful, high quality, very fast, all electric PWCs or personal watercrafts. These things absolutely fly. They have a sport performance model available with a full carbon fiber hull that just absolutely flies. They've got multiple modes. They are so much fun. Great to see them down here in British Columbia. All right, so this I love. This is an all-electric outboard boat motor, top of the line, state-of-the-art, brand new technology on one of the old mahogany speedboats. How cool is that? It's new tech meets the old tech. And that's one of the things I love about electrification. You know, you see these resto mods, you know, the old Porsche, you know, the motor blows or whatever, and they're gonna put electric and they make it way more power and handle with way more torque and all that good stuff than it could ever have on its own with the old petrol engine, but they just take it to the next level with virtually no maintenance going to electric. So I love to see that, and now we're seeing it in the marine world as well. Well, here we are, guys, on the lower level of the Everything Electric show here in Vancouver, Canada. Behind us here, Polestar and all the other automotive brands. So let's go in here. We're going to check it out, have a look at some of the latest models. I know they've got the North American spec of the VW Microbus, the Volkswagen Microbus. We're going to check that out. I even heard that there's Cybertruck down here as well. Well guys, here we are over at the VinFast booth. Got the giant VinFast V here up front. They were serving some amazing Vietnamese coffee, which I love. Behind me, we're getting some amazing iced Vietnamese coffee. These guys are from Broye. They've got 2 locations here in British Columbia, one in downtown Vancouver and one in South Van. Guys, say hi.
Hello.
Amazing. I am gonna try the Vietnamese coffee here. Here we go, here we go. Oh my gosh, so it's delicious. And did you guys say that you make it with condensed milk?
Yep, condensed milk.
Condensed milk. I think that's the secret ingredient. Anyways, guys, go check them out. I'll put a link for them down in the description. Cheers. You've got the new VF7 here. They've got the VF9 in the gray back there, VF8, of course. And I was just speaking with one of the director of sales here in British Columbia. He said that they are making huge strides to improve the product, which they have. They've addressed a lot of the issues that have been kind of plaguing them in the past, and they're not ignoring it. Nothing's getting swept under the rug. They're taking everything in stride, but also dealing with any problems head on, which is good to see. We even spoke briefly about the NACS, so the Tesla style charge port, and they're expecting that to be in the VinFast vehicles implemented within the next 18 to 24 months. So that's good news as well. Hopefully that will be even quicker ahead of schedule, because that'll certainly alleviate a lot of buyer concerns with, the size of the charging network in places outside of British Columbia, which there is a lot of charging, but in some places there's only the Tesla network. So I think that'll really help with them long term, but it's good to see that they're kind of, hey, they're owning some of the issues they had in the past. So you got to give them kudos for that. Anyways, wishing the best for VinFast. Here we are at the Rivian booth. We got the brand new R3, first time that we see the R3 in Canada. Now, this is not a production ready vehicle, although it is production intent. We're gonna get the R2 to market first and then R3. And then of course there's the performance variant, the R3X, and that's the one I'm waiting for. Word on the street is that thing is gonna be a beefy tri-motor Baja style beast. Anyways, I'm so excited for it. Anyways, let's check this out here in the booth. We've got the R1T, it's all opened up with the frunk just smiling here, and they got the gear tunnel open. Beside it, we have the brand new redesigned R1S with the bike rack up top and those beautiful 22-inch aero wheels that I love so much. Well, things are bustling here at Rivian. Got the beautiful redesigned R1S, and it is on full display here. We got the Rivian team, just a great turnout. And what's so cool is a lot of these guys remembered me from last year and some of my other videos, which was really cool. So shout out to the Rivian team here, both in Burnaby, in the retail store, and in Vancouver software development. But guys, let's not forget the most important thing that came along with Rivian was not the R3, but it was Gary. What's up, Gary? Okay, so I just finished wrapping up my interview with one of the lead designers for the R2, R3, R1 program. Anyways, the Rivian booth here, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm trying to see in the camera, but it's just bumping, like super, super busy. But then a lot of these other booths of like the Legacy Automakers, like Lexus and you know, Nissan, their booths are literally dead. Well, General Motors is here and they brought some behemoth vehicles. We've got the Cadillac Lyriq here behind me, two variations of the Lyriq, and we have the new Chevy Equinox and a little something. Let's have a look here. Here it is, guys, the new electric Chevy Equinox and the Corvette E-Ray. This is a hybrid vehicle here. This is not fully electric. Maybe one day we'll see a fully electric Corvette, but for now, that's what we get, the E-Ray. So let's carry on a little bit down further to the back of the booth where we've got a couple of trucks. This is the new Chevy Silverado EV. This is the work truck version here behind me, so it's pretty basic. They've kind of stripped it all down, and then we got the one that's all tricked out and looking pretty glorious up here in the gloss black. Big wheels, big range, and a big battery. But let's take a look at the work truck version here. It's got some black alloy wheels on the back there. All the trim that is normally painted nice gloss black, they just do in like a textured plastic here. And again, in work truck style, you've got a pretty basic monochromatic interior, although it's not too terrible. It feels like kind of like a vinyl leatherette type of material. And you've got some decent sized screens, nothing too big, nothing too crazy, but certainly more than you'd see on a base model gas truck, that's for sure. But again, you got a bigger price point as well. Now this guy here does have kind of a soft assist open tailgate, got the spray-in liner there, and you've got some utility plugs in the bed, as should be on all electric trucks. But let's go over to the one that's a little bit more fancy, because this guy's got the custom tailgate here that comes down in sections. So if you just want it open part way, or you can open it all the way. And then of course, the Silverado EV, just like the old Avalanche, it's got that mid-gate that folds down. So they were able to reuse some of that engineering technology and integrate the foldable mid-gate. Inside the cab here, it's going to be very recognizable if you're familiar with Chevy or GMC products. And you can see there, pretty straightforward. We got some red stitching, some blue stitching in the leather seats there, and a much bigger screen than in the basic work truck. And of the bucket seats, glass sunroof, decent sound system as well. Big 22-inch wheels. Let's take a look at those. Are those 22s or are those, what are those? Are those 24s? Those are 24-inch wheels. Holy smokes. Truck makes them look small. That's pretty wild. Here's another Equinox in another trim level, kind of a two-tone black and white combo. And they've got one here in kind of that fire engine red. Look at that. They'll see you coming. Hey, something for everybody, right? Here's another shot of the Hummer with the spare tire on the back. Quite a few of these actually around Austin, Texas, where I live. There's a couple of them in the school drop-off line as well. People seem to like them. I guess if, you know, you're not going to road trip a vehicle like that. Even if it was gas, you wouldn't want to road trip it. It would be financial suicide. So anyways, understandable. You want to drive a big truck. It is what it is. Charge it up at home and move on. And here we have Mini. They brought the four-wheel drive all-electric Countryman. They've got kind of a cool rooftop carrier on there as well, just kind of making it look a little bit adventure-y. So that's kind of cool to see Mini here. And oh, here's Toyota. Now Toyota, I guess they got something. They got their BZ4X all-electric, the Prius Prime, and the RAV4 Prime. Now these are gasoline vehicles that have electric motors to give them a little bit more range. They plug in. It's a small battery, plug-in hybrid style. So better than nothing, but you still are maintaining two powertrains. So here is the Volkswagen Microbus, the new ID Buzz they called it, but I will forever die on the hill that this thing is the Microbus. Anyways, looking good in the two-tone paint. Now this one here is a European spec, We know that because it has the cloth seats. Although it is the longer wheelbase here, you can tell by the longer rear window hiding behind that sliding door. It is the size format that we will see here in North America. It's not exactly that vehicle, but take a look inside here. You can see it's got that cool play and pause button with the accelerator and brake pedal, and those cool floating screens, kind of reminiscent of the kind of maybe mini-ish look, or I don't know. I remember the old PT Cruiser. No, not PT Cruiser. The Prowler had the tachometer mounted right on the steering column, and it kind of reminds me of that in this microbus, but it's looking pretty cool. The two-tone paint. Now you can get it in a monotone paint. Something for everybody, I guess. I'm sure companies and whatnot that are going to wrap it would maybe opt for that, but I like that two-tone. It stands out, even hiding behind this other car here. Anyways, Volkswagen is going to sell every single one of those things that it can possibly make for the next couple of years, because the hype around that vehicle is pretty intense. I'm in the Fastco booth here. I'm with my friend Ian, who's an avid Tesla EV fan, and want to talk to you about kind of what it is you guys are offering here, what business is looking like for the electric vehicle aftermarket wheel marketplace right now, and what you guys have coming down the pipe.
Yeah, well, great to talk to you, Josh.
Great to talk to you, buddy. Good to see you too.
Yeah, I mean, we absolutely love this show. We were here last year. It was a fantastic success. So happy to be back. I mean, Fastco, as you know, is a Canadian wheel manufacturer. We have a lot of different brands. We're here, obviously, to promote the Fast EV line that we launched about 5 years ago. It's been a terrific success, both with our OEM partners and aftermarket enthusiasts all across the continent. EV01 was sort of the iconic wheel. We've developed a few since, but, we got a really cool opportunity a few years ago to do Project Arrow, which is the all-Canadian prototype electric vehicle. We got selected as the designers and manufacturers for the wheels on that vehicle. We highlighted that last year. I think you had a shot of it.
Yes.
And we got such good reaction on that wheel that we put it into production. And that's our new generation Arrow wheel for across the line, not just for Teslas, but for all EVs. So now this year we're here to officially launch the production version of that wheel.
That's exciting.
The EV06. Yeah.
Okay, so that's on the poster behind us here.
Yeah, and right next to you.
So, so this is the wheel. Is this production ready right here?
The one you see here on the poster is actually the production version running it now. So we have it in a titanium finish with the black inserts.
Beautiful.
And we're still working on the final details, but I think we're going to go with the black on black. So piano black finish with a satin black, which you see here.
And the satin black is on the aluminum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly, with a piano black insert. That's been very, very hot. So we're going to have that across the board in different sizes for the next gen of EVs, focusing more on the larger platforms.
Yeah.
Like we're still going to have it for Model 3, for Model Y, but we're going to have 6-bolt versions for like the Equinox EV and EV9 from Kia, like all these bigger platforms. We're going to sort of evolve back, going up in size, to cover the
Ioniq 5 be another one that would look great on that car.
We're going to have Mach-E, the whole gamut. So we're going to have this wheel available for all of those.
So, well, that's super exciting. I mean, you guys have so much going on here. And your replica line has done really well. I mean, as most of my viewers know, I mean, I ran your EV wheels across Canada and back.
The R241 turbines.
Yeah, which is a classic design.
Yeah.
What do you guys kind of have coming down the pipe? We got a lot of new funky EVs hitting the marketplace. What do you got?
Well, in that line, I mean, we last year we launched the Arachnid version, and we also had an Uber turbine. Our interpretation of an Uber turbine, that's here with us at the show this week. You can have a look at those.
Awesome.
And we have a new one coming. Might have something to do with Model 3 performance.
Oh,
could.
Yes.
Maybe.
Okay, that's a nice wheel.
Isn't it? So again, we're not duplicating exactly what Tesla did. I don't think that's fair. That's their design. But we have our own sort of take on it, which I think is going to be very cool. So again, that's another Josh first. You're the first person outside the building.
You heard it here, guys. Josh West 24/7. Thanks, Ian.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Anything in the truck lineup, like you guys, I know you guys do for your gas trucks and 2500s and that sort of thing. What do you guys got there?
Well,
Lightning maybe, or
that's Rivian, exactly what we're here to talk about. Every year we do like a little survey where people can correspond with us, basically gives their input on a new design. And this year what we've been surveying is what will eventually become the EV08, which is going to be exclusively, it's our first wheel for heavy duty trucks. So that's going to be for Cybertruck, F-150 Lightning, the Rivians, eventually the Ramcharger, Silverado EV. We're going to have all those covered with this new wheel. So that's the wheel now that's going to come to reality next year. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
What I love about you guys is as soon as something new comes out, boom, you guys are on it. You've got the latest and greatest. You guys have all those like laser diagnostic tools for measuring and all that sort of thing. When you gave me the tour of the facility there, I was so impressed with all of that, how you can bring a vehicle in and just scope it all out and then do your thing. So I love that. And your CNC shop is like unbelievable too.
Well,
Just
that combination
being able
is
to
really
customize everything.
Yeah, you touch on an important thing that we do is because we have the technology to be able to measure a vehicle, fully 3D scan it in under an hour, have all the specs, we can then look at our inventory and say, hey, there's 3 or 4 blank wheels here that we can now send to the CNC shop, and literally within 24 to 48 hours of a vehicle coming out, we can be custom machining wheels to fit directly on it. That's not something everybody can do. It gives us a great advantage in the marketplace. And you know, there's also the safety aspect of it. To us, you know, working with 6 different OEMs and building the OEM wheels for Kia, Hyundai, Mazda, Nissan, Infiniti, like we have to be on top of our game. We have to make sure that everything fits precisely, that it meets the axle load ratings, you know, that we test this stuff to their standards. That all blends together to me. I mean, as enthusiasts, we want something that looks cool, that performs, but it's got to be safe. So bundling that all together is like super critical for us.
Beautiful. Well, it's exciting what you guys are doing. Guys, I'm going to put a link to their website down in the description, so be sure to check them out. Thanks so much, Ian. It's always great to see you. Thank you very much, man. Well, that's a wrap here at Everything Electric 2024 here in beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. We're so glad that you joined us here in this video, and we will see you in the next one.